Yeah, we changed keys, alright. Hi, my name is Heroically, I'm a musician, and today we're gonna react and analyze Heartache from Undertale. Okay, before we continue, I just want to say that I have already listened to Heartache before on this channel. But that was when I listened to the whole OST one by one. If you want to check that out, you can watch this and this if you like. Okay, let's go. Ooh, this intro is so freaking magical. And one thing many people don't realize about Heartache is that it uses polyrhythms. So what do I mean by that? Polyrhythms are basically two different time signatures interacting as one unit. So we're gonna pull up a kind of a BPM, and I'm gonna count in 3/4 and in 4/4, and you're gonna see that both kind of work. 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 2 3 1 2 3. I'm actually counting in eighth notes because that melody line or melody hook uses eighth notes in 3/4. We should just cut it in half and we would get 120. But we can also count this in 4/4. Boom, boom. And we count each bass note. 1 2 3 4 1. We get a BPM around 75, 77. You may ask, why is this important? Well, if you would actually write this piece in a DAW, like Logic, choosing the right time signature can help. It can be a little bit confusing if you're not aware that you're using polyrhythms. So I'm gonna demonstrate to you that we can play Heartache in two types of way. Let's try 4/4, and I would say this is the more inefficient way to do it. So yeah, here you can see it's kind of weird to have it in 4/4 because we have to quantize it in that way to kind of get it right, and it gets weird. So I wouldn't suggest this. I would say it's much better to write this in 3/4, and let me show you why. A lot better. Just see how everything just fits here nicely. Much better. Oh, that sounds so good. I suggest that you just listen to the metronome. The metronome is playing 3/4, and the bass is 1 2 3 4, right in 4/4. And that's a polyrhythm. Yeah, so this is a very great picture to look at. This is more like our case, right? 3 against 4, because we have the bass playing 1 2 3 4. And you might say, okay, why is this important to know? Why should I care about this? Well, let me show you how it would sound if Toby Fox just played this in regular 3/4. So this is how it could sound if Toby Fox didn't consciously choose to write this in a polyrhythmic fashion. And what I like about this intro also, I just like how that intro is just a bass. So instead of having chords playing in the background, maybe kind of arpeggiated, who knows, like this. He could have done something like that, but he didn't. He just chose to have a bass. One bass note. It makes it so full of suspense. You're like, wow, okay, something is about to go down, and I don't know what it is. Super nice. And then how the drums just slowly, just magically out of nowhere, the drums arrive here, right? Super nice. And I love that the transition between the intro and the verse, where everything just stops and bass and melody intertwines. Oh, it's so good, it's so good. And the drums are so lovely as well. And talk about a unique arrangement. So we kind of get one verse or one line of verse before we go back to the intro, right? because we have the intro hook there, but now it's accompanied by the drums now. That is sweet. An even longer extension, because now we have kind of two transitions. That transition, that's one transition, and then we go back to the second transition that we heard before, right? This. Oh, this is such a unique song structure. He is so confident in kind of going away from what you would call a regular, normal type of song structure. And what I like also, I didn't really discuss it in the beginning. So we're in B flat minor, and the first chord we start on is kind of the F chord, or in this case G flat. I love songs that kind of start on the predominant chord. Most of the time the first chord in any song is usually the one chord, so either the one major chord or the one minor chord. But also a very common chord to begin with is the 4 chord or the predominant chord. And I don't know, there's something about beginning with the predominant chord that is so utterly satisfying. It's a way of kind of saying that we haven't arrived home yet. But also the chord progression here is lovely. And here the chorus or the verse kind of continues, right, to a new section with kind of brassy sounding instruments. And I love his way of writing melodies and counter lines, right? So here the brass instruments speak, and then we hear a kind of lighter flute or something come into the picture, right? And then again to the main kind of brassy, big sounding melody. A chromatic bass. That is very interesting. That is the same kind of structure or rhythm of his original hook, but now it's different, right? Yeah, we changed keys. All right. Ah, that makes sense. The B flat minor works. This is a normal functioning relationship between two chords. We could look at this as the B being the 4 chord. So in C major context, it would be F. And then going down to the B flat minor would be equivalent to going down to E minor. But that would also mean that we're not in B major, but we are in F sharp major or G flat major. One way of utilizing different key signatures is by going to key signatures that have common chords. In this case, F sharp major has the B flat minor, and the key of B flat minor has the chord, of course, B flat minor. So it makes sense. Going from this very major sounding bit, how does it transition back? That's very smart, because when he lands on the B flat note with the bass, he can theoretically just use the hook that he wrote in the key of B flat minor. So that's really interesting. Don't really have anything more to say about this. Next time you listen to Heartache, realize that this is a very, very complex and nuanced piece. Switching between major and minor keys using polyrhythms. I played a little bit of Undertale, and I know that this is the track used when we fight against Toriel. And it makes sense that he would kind of mix these things into the song. So we could say that the polyrhythms and likewise the switch to minor and major keys symbolize the conflicting feelings Toriel has in her heart and soul. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to comment below what song you would like me to break down next. Don't forget to like if you liked the video, and of course consider subscribing if you want. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Bye.